It's like rebuilding a car basically after the race, where you take all the injectors out, clean all the pistons, everything like that, take the exhaust pipes off, make sure nothing's scorched, everything like that.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Work Area Podcast. Another banger guest in here, Daniel Hartigan, 2 wingless national titles, a WA Limited state title and a 360 state title, among many other things. Is that right?
Yep, I reckon 3 runner-ups to Buddha at WA's wingless state titles. So, yeah, didn't manage to get one of them. But,
No, it's what everyone said. And I looked through the results and, like, you almost have, just in the wingless, not poor results, but, like, you turn up for the national title.
yeah, I don't know what. Maybe everyone just got nervous and I was just relaxed and didn't bother me too much.
I don't think much bothers you, mate. You're very relaxed. But, before we get stuck into it, again, just quickly give out shout out to my little new business, the KRM Hot Shots. If anyone's got anything in relation to that space, hit us up and we'll knock it out the park. TPE Group, I probably should have been thanking them the whole time. Chris and the boys here, obviously, give us the space and the room to do what we do here. Give us the office, and I come in here and I talk shit to them while they're trying to work most of the day. So really appreciate them giving me anything. So TPE Group, Total Pump and Energy, hit them up. And then my partnership proposals. There'll be a few people out there sitting on them. Frank Scarfield, mate, I've sent it through. I haven't got a response, but we've got a few others. Hopefully, I got some messages today from some US-based companies, mate. So, yeah, hopefully when I get to announce all this stuff towards Powerpalooza, we're absolutely exploding. But not about me anymore. We're in here for. Do you have a nickname?
Oh,
Hardy.
Nah, the lads call me DH.
Okay,
Yeah.
DH.
Yeah. You can make what you want out of that.
I feel like the Hartigan, the Garn. I don't know.
Yeah.
DH. I'll go with DH. But
Yeah.
DH, mate. My first thing is, I don't know from speaking to you. You could be a super fan of sprint cars, or you could have not watched a race in your entire life. What is it?
Oh, I think I am a fan deep down. I just am very go with the flow, you know, like we were speaking before. Some days I'm really into it, and then other days I get excited, go traveling and go, I actually enjoy beaches and chilling out, having a beer, and then you go have a race, have a good run, and you're hooked again. So definitely when I was younger, I lived and breathed it, grew up with it, and then now just carry on. Like I say, some days love it, some days enjoy having a beer at the beach or playing golf or getting away from it.
Mate, I'd say speedway's like golf. It's if you're just having a terrible run, it's just a nightmare. But then you have one good race. It's like, you know, on the last hole when you hit a good drive, you're like, I like this thing. This thing's not that bad.
Yeah, for sure. We're always that'll keep you coming back. Get a par on the 18th. Yeah. So
and you bang a bit, but I hear Cody reckons your brother-in-law just absolutely mops you up. What's the go there?
Yeah, I don't know if Cody has too many beers when he's playing or not, but Liam's pretty good. He's handy. He actually plays comps where I'm banging a bit, but just Friday arvos and very social, having beers and really enjoy it. Good to get outside and hard to keep your emotions in check and like you say, it's like racing. You have one good hole, one good race, 2 good holes. It keeps coming back.
Mate, well, you might be interested. I think I'm trying to organise something for the Kalgoorlie round.
Oh, yeah.
Get like a big coaster, maybe like a 16, 20-seater. Get someone to drive it up there, throw the swags in the back, leave from TPE Group here Friday morning of the Maddington round, play some golf as soon as we get there, maybe play some golf on Saturday Arvo once the comp's done, and then shoot out to the track, go nuts, and then absolutely peel each other out of the bed and get them on the bus on the way home on Sunday. So if you're up and about, I think Taylor Milling, he's going to fly to Perth, jump in the bus and come back with us. That's what I reckon he's doing.
Yeah, I think he actually messaged me today saying that. So
yeah, well, here we go. We're up and about. And what's the go with the shirt? You're a big rugby man?
Oh, I'm from New Zealand, so love rugby league. So got to support your home team. Warriors are going good this year, so throwing a bit of support behind them. Hopefully they can get up.
Was it up the wires?
Yeah, up the wires.
All right, let's get into it, mate. Do you watch Knoxville or anything like that? Like, are you that into it?
Yeah, I watched the big races. Yeah, I tuned in on Sunday. I managed to swing a link from someone, or not a link, but some login details. Thanks, Beto. So, yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, no, try to tune into those big races. Just depends where I'm at, what's going on, if I'm home. And it's always on at a good time in Perth. It's Sunday morning. And I think it was on earlier because of the weather this year. So, yeah, no, try tuning where I can.
Mate, so yeah, we're obviously here to speak to you. I'm not sure you're going to be the biggest speaker about yourself, but I guess the purpose of a podcast is to speak about yourself. So
yes,
strap yourself in, mate. You're going to have to give out a lot of details about what you've done. So I guess,
thank you,
mate. You obviously started in New Zealand with the speedway career. Your old boy obviously loves the cars and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I guess what sucked you into this sport?
Oh, I've been around it literally my whole life. From when I was in nappies, I went to a speedway called Bay Park Speedway in New Zealand. My dad raced. My first memory of actually going to speedway, my dad was racing at opening night at a new track in New Zealand. He did that for a few years. Always been around it, and as I got to sort of 10, 11 years old, some of my friends got a mini stock, which is the equivalent of a junior. And then I sort of started hounding my dad, hey, can we go racing? This looks awesome. And yeah, after 2 years of hounding him and I guess him convincing his wife at the time, can we go do it? And we got a car built, and yeah, the rest is history. Here we are.
Mate, I'll throw up a photo of one of those what is it, mini stocks?
Mini stock, yeah.
Here, like, so someone can see it. But effectively, it's like a bumper car with wings, mate. What? Tell me about them. What is it?
They're basically a SHS, RHS chassis. Like you say, a bumper car. It's Datsun 120Y running gear, so I assume that's what juniors were back in the day here. It's just they built a purpose-made chassis for it, so you could lean on other cars. You didn't damage panels, have to repair panels. They're also a miniature version of an actual stock car. So stock cars are probably, I don't know if now, but back then they were probably the main form of speedway in New Zealand. And they're the big bumper cars, which are full contact. You can smash each other in them. It's wild. So it gave us kids something, oh, cool, we've got our own little stock car. And yeah, we grew up Datsun 120Y, engine, diff, shortened drive shaft, same gearbox, just went through the center of your legs. It was awesome. And it probably puts us in good stead for single-seater cars because you're positioned in the middle of the car. So it makes the transition to open-wheel sprint cars, midgets, I think, a lot easier, but probably hinders us if we did go to late models or street stocks or something like that.
And how did you go early? Were you any good or?
Oh, I was terrible. Yeah. I think my attention span was very short as a child, and I think I was just so excited to go racing. And in New Zealand, they water the track a lot, so the juniors or mini stocks would go out on a wet track, and I'd just be terrible and just
what,
be spinning
they do
the
that
wheel.
Deliberately?
Yeah, to try bring the track in
Slow
for the better.
down.
Yeah, slow us down. And I don't know if they do that anymore. It was just seemed like that when we were kids. And as I got towards the end of the mini stock / juniors, I was 15, 16, I started to get better. And then, but I definitely, I don't think I had the talent, say earlier, was definitely something I had to develop and gain that obsession. And I think as I got older, as sort of people might stop racing because their parents were paying for it or whatever it might be, they get on the beers, I sort of stuck to speedway and probably dove more into it more than anything and loved it and immersed myself in it. And I think if you have that passion and you're obsessed with that, you're thinking about it, thinking about racing, which listen to this podcast, everyone, even Jamie a couple of days ago saying the same thing, that when you're that immersed in it, I feel the results will come. You just know that you don't give up. Things go wrong, things break. But yeah. And then you end up, I think, just becoming calmer, more collected, as I think he was saying in that Australian title when he knew old mate was going to send it up the inside. he actually was calm enough to stop and turn the car down, where, again, from when I was 12 to 16, I don't think I had those brain cells to make that call. And then, as I got older, various Australian titles, state titles, whatever it might be, is when you get in those pressure moments, being able to make the right decision. So, yeah.
So you listened to that Jamie one?
Yeah, I actually just finished it today. So I don't drive a lot, so it's hard. And I
Mate,
don't
he
listen to
should
music.
have been right with that, because I can't remember what it was. It's 50 when he started that assault, so no sleep. He's rebuilt that engine overnight, no sleep. Come back to the track. There's no doors on the thing. 50-something cars stood between him and a title, and he got it done, mate.
Yeah,
He should know how to pass a car. He had more practice in one night than I've had in my entire life.
Yeah, I know, but I think he said it was the last corner, you know, like
Very
not
last
many
corner.
people, like if I use me mate Buddha as an example, I reckon he would have, if we're in open where he would have rode a wheel, flipped it in the fence, been that excited that thought he was going to win, you know, like, and again, to his credit, now that he's raced a bit longer, he's learnt those things as well, and has won a lot of big races. But it definitely comes with practice and being able to handle those high pressure moments.
Mate, just with that, the footage that I put up on that little reel, I don't know if you've seen that, but if anyone isn't, go and have a look on the stuff, you'll see it. That's Jared Culshaw filming it from All Talk Engineering. It's Chad, Trav Armstrong, all those boys were the guys right on that thing swimming. And they told me about that story before Jamie came in. And the amount of people that message me that genuinely think it's one of the best sporting achievements they've ever seen live. They're like, the buzz at Ellenbrook when he did that was out of control. I reckon 30, 40 messages of people just watching that and going, mate, like, just so you know, when I watched this, it was unbelievable. He's a wild man.
Yeah, 100%. I think Buddha was there, I reckon, and he was telling me about that as well. And I was like, I think I said no. I thought he was full of shit, and he got it wrong. But we went back and had a look, and not many. If I don't think that would almost happen again. Long odds. So he's obviously a very talented driver. And like I say, aggressive when he has to be. And like I said, he was throwing bombs, but obviously made sure they stuck and didn't do anything stupid that put him out of the race as well. So 50 cars, that's amazing. I'm happy if I pass 3 these days.
Well, back to you there, mate. So obviously you're in I keep on wanting to call them bog stocks, but they're not bog stocks, mate. But with the stock cars over there, you've transitioned to Perth. Work, was it? Like, and then with the your eye on the prize the whole time of like coming over here and continuing speedway, or what was your thought process behind that?
More just a lifestyle change. Just it's coming over. Again, me as we spoke about, go with the flow. I didn't really have much thought, to be honest. So just get over here, and then got settled in and went to Speedway. Was always going to go have a look. Knew the Motorplex was here, even in New Zealand. And then went there and saw that. Didn't even know wingless were a thing. Went to the track and was like, oh, these things look cool. And then didn't have much to do, didn't know anyone here. So just, again, immersed myself in it. I think I was just turned 21 when I moved here. So, just got on the internet, tried to figure out where to buy cars and parts from and how much they were. And then,
I imagine they were a bit cheaper when you're looking.
I'll tell you how much I paid for my first car. I bought it off the Blights of all people. Cody Blight, which I don't know what the relation is to Kai, whether it's his brother or what, but I think it might be his brother. And then I reckon it was $6,500 for a J&J wingless, and nowadays I don't think you'll get a motor for that. And I think it had a fresh motor in it or something. Amazing. The price of them. And so I just got that and chipped away at it, and I think a year later made my debut. So
it took you a year?
Oh, I think I bought it in March, or not, maybe 8 months or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
The end of the season.
Yeah, exactly. And then I bought a QT chassis off the Keens and Bunbury. That was when they were full on into it. Both Daniel and Michael were doing pretty good. Then they were selling a chassis, which was a QT chassis, which was the go back then. And then, changed everything from the J&J to the
Before you
QT.
raced it?
Before I raced it. Just because I didn't know what I was doing, so I wanted to learn how to build the cars, etc., and just chipped away, had no idea what I was doing, didn't even know how to block a car. I ended up, once I changed it all over, I took it up to Rogue Racing, which was Lee Nash and Daryl Clayton back then. And
Rippers.
Yeah, didn't know Lee from Bar of Soap, and he blocked it all and set it all up. And I still had no idea how to block it at my first race, and just went to the track and knew that it was blocked right, and just
and how did you go that first one?
I can't remember. I honestly,
shit then.
Yeah, probably.
Because if you would have known if you did good.
I know I finished second in my third race, so it took third time lucky maybe.
Oh, right. That's depressing.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I don't know if I think the field, it wasn't a new class then. It was probably 8 or 9 years in, and I think they started 05, 06 maybe. I don't know. You might know more than me.
No, I definitely don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it was like 6 years.
I'm still learning to block the things, mate.
The fields were quite big that year because the Aussie title was in Bunbury. So the first couple of shows, I think they were fast series. So it was like...
Was that the year you won it?
Yeah. Yeah, so I started in October. And
dickheads like you, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that. But he won a title, national title his first year. See?
Yeah.
So, but how serious did you take it like early? Like, so that first year, were you all in? Were you testing the waters? Or did it come on quick, get big on you real quick?
Again, I don't really know many people. And I think once you get that excited, and I think if I think back to then, I probably was into it more than I thought. I don't think at the time I felt like I was, but I was definitely keen to go racing, to get that excitement. And I would enjoy being in the shed, getting the car ready. But again, I was open trailer.
My man.
Not even a closed garage. It was the carport with the roller door. So had to make sure the car was stored on the far side so the water didn't get in to damage anything. And that was cool. And then, just parked the open trailer up in front of the garage, hoping it wouldn't get stolen in Parmelia. And, went from there. So
the first year, so you buy a wingless, you obviously start ripping around in October. The title was in April or like not normal, or when was it? I think
January, mid-Jan, second week in Jan.
So it snowballed very, very quickly for you.
Yeah, like I say, I can't remember the first two races. And then I reckon like my fourth race, I won a Friday night or something. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And a few of the good lads, I mean, like Daniel Coleman, Scotty Alst, they were all racing then. So I knew that I was going okay. And then I think it was over Christmas. I know we had the 50 lapper was on there. Do they still do that?
Nah, Hal wanted to.
That was my favourite race, I reckon. And we would get, I reckon the first one, it was 30 cars, 35 cars raced it. And just to make the race was awesome. And I reckon I qualified out of 6th or something in that race. And it was like 50 laps of chaos at Bunbury. And
holy shit. Oh, it's 50 in Bunbury.
In Bunbury, yeah. Ooh. No pit stop, like fill her up, go. Probably only used 3 litres. Yeah. Or 3 gallons, I should say. It was just awesome, just chaos and bumping wheels. I can't remember because it was like rough track. I think everyone's trying to get to the bottom. There was not much up top, so you had to send her in there on the bottom, but it was good fun. Like I say, there was like Scotty Oust, Keynes, Buddha, Ryan Condren, I reckon. Maybe Lee Nash. Can't quite remember, but it was good fun. And then that race I felt was like a good indicator of those are the top guys, And then we raced over Christmas, and during that period, I reckon we had like 6 races over that Christmas break. It was actually really good because you got to smash out heaps of racing. So I actually reckon I did 10 races before the Aussie title. Like
a whole 10.
Oh, a whole 10. And then we had a race in Bunbury again on the 28th. I don't know why that date sticks with me. 28th of December, I remember, and that was me and Buddha went toe to toe for 20 laps, and I think he beat me in the end. I can't can't quite remember. One of us
We'll
won.
say you then.
Yeah,
Because I know he'll be listening. He'll be yelling.
Yeah,
in the car.
no, but it sort of stuck with me, and I think I learned something again. I probably forgotten what that was now, but I remember something about the track or what my setup, and I just remembered that and took that, which was only 2.5 weeks later. The Aussie title was there, and one thing I did do, which probably most people, if you're new and upcoming, which might actually help you, is I went to like every practice. Like Bunbury had a club show on, and they were messaging group chats or whatever it was, and were like, "Hey, we got 3 cars. Do you want to come down, do more laps down Bunbury?" And I knew the title was there, so went straight down there. Yeah, every opportunity I could, I would go race there because I knew that there's not. This might be my only opportunity to race an Australian title in a wingless. I don't know what's going to happen. Was just on my own. Had one mate helping me, and
Who was that?
Yeah, a guy, JK, back in the day.
You got to shout him out, mate.
Oh, I don't even know where the bloke is now, to be honest.
Oh,
yeah, he's
kept in touch.
Yeah, again, Buddha knows he'll crack up.
So you win the title, and then all of a sudden the mates are thrown out.
Don't know. The guy, he just dropped off the face of the earth one day. But he's a good bloke. He helped out. My mate Jesse, who's another Kiwi bloke, he actually lives down Bunbury. He helped me out as well. So just had those couple of guys for that first year. Like, again, they'd never been around a wingless before. We're just chipping away. They're dealing with me. So I'm pretty cruisy. Sometimes I can get fired up at the track, but I think most people need to bring out that emotion to bring the best out of them as a driver. So let's crack into this first title, the Aussie title. How did it play out for you? It's in Bunbury. Was the track? It was obviously on the old surface. So how did it play out? Was it? Have they had a surface change? No, legit.
I think so. They think they're going again.
Yeah, I know they're doing it now. Okay. Yeah,
so your first one was 2014?
Yeah, 14. Yeah, January 14.
Yep.
And
what was your expectations? Firstly, like when you're going into it, you've run a whole 10 meetings or whatever. You might have won a Friday night. Like, do you remember what your expectations were? Obviously, everyone wants to win, but like in your heart of hearts, do you remember what you thought you'd be happy with, like prior to the event?
I think there was 40 cars, so just making the race was the first goal. But after the first night, I think I had a first, a second, and a third, and there was I think it was 3 heats in a feature the first night, and that put me out of I think pole in the prelim, and then sort of the expectation changes. You know, you even after those first 2 heats, it changes. It's like, oh, okay, I'm doing good. Okay, so now it's not just make it. It's like I want to make the first 3 rows. I always say that those are the money rows. You know, I can do anything from those first 3 rows, and so that was the goal from there. And I think I started as first or second. I started in the prelim again. Then that prelim went. I think I was winning it for most of it. Someone's muffler fell off, and I hit the muffler, and it chopped my left front down. But you don't get black flag, which is lucky for a left front. So I think I did the last 10 with a flat left front, and I was leading it till like 2 to go. And just bobbled and went wide, and I think I ended up second, which was all right, just being a prelim. And that was the first night, and I think I was top points after the first night. And then we were staying at the my family came over from New Zealand for it, which was pretty cool. I'd been in Perth a year, about 14 months then, maybe 15 months, year and a bit.
First time the whānau came over?
The whānau. So they came over and, crashed it at home. Who'd I have come over? My dad, his wife or partner, my 2 sisters, and had a couple of step siblings, I reckon, at the time. So there's quite a few Kiwis just running rogue around there. And then... so we all went down. So I had a big crew for once, which was weird. But, we went down. There was a guy at the time racing, Matt Vincent, him and Tubbs, his old boy. They had a corporate box, which is like the containers up the back straight at Bunbury. And they said, oh, we will just crash in there for the weekend. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So there's like 10 of us just full beard wide in these containers, and it's like 40 degrees. Like, it was crazy. Like, didn't really sleep much and just in the heat. And then again, the Kiwis, like, not used to being in 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Like, you've been to Bunbury when it's cooking, or you
I lived in
there,
Bunbury.
yeah.
Yep, lived in Bunbury.
It's not the most pleasant place to be when it's that hot, and especially we pretty much didn't leave the track, you know. Like
dust.
Actually, I bought an enclosed trailer, but it was a super old trailer, and it would blow tires. Blew one on the way down, and so
Perth to Bunbury, you've done one. Oh, get out!
No, I'll tell you the way home as well. But I blew one on the way down. Chaos, get down there. This thing, it was enclosed, but I would have been better with my open trailer. That's why I just rolled.
Calm, I got you, mate.
Yeah. But it was good because we managed to get another 4 people in the trailer sleeping, so it helped us there. So yeah, next day we just wash up the car again, stuck at the track. Again, I think first night I was just on used tires, and then the next night Paul Keane come over and gave me a couple of tires. So like again, Paul for wingless, I'm not sure how much he's involved now, but back when I was racing, Kingquip would support the class massively, and me personally, he would be that guy that would always shout me a random tire, and even used his car a couple of times back in the day. Rocked on the next night, and I think it was just one heat, and it was actually a pole shuffle for that Australian title.
Yeah, right.
Which was cool. I love pole shuffles. Yeah. Get rid of the time trials. And then, think I won the heat because it was like, I think it was fast for the front, or I can't remember, but I won the heat and then knew I'd be at the top point still, and then did the pole shuffle, won the pole shuffle, and then that put us off pole for the feature. And the person on my outside, I think, was Todd Wigsell, who was the defending champ. Yep. And he was sort of the big dog that, if you research, he had won everything, done everything. And but I was sort of naive and was like, I don't know the bloke. It is what it is, you know. And then, just...
Does that help, you reckon, just like sort of not being so in depth with who's who and that, and not really knowing, so you can't get overawed by that?
Yeah, I think, again, that's the experience. Like when I was younger, I think I used to, and then that was sort of, I stopped racing speedway when I was 18 till I was 22, I think, at this stage. So those 3 years break gave me like a chance to sort of reset, and then come in with a different attitude, and good come in, don't know anyone, and you can just run your own game. And that was one of the things that I really tried to work on, and it is what it is, you know. But again, maybe that's maturity as well, from childhood to adulthood. But and then that helped me, and ran a really clean race. Didn't feel like I made any mistakes. The track was technical, but mainly on the bottom, so I knew I just had to hit my marks, and still the longest 35 laps in my life. But
you start getting nervous towards the end. So you led the whole way?
Yeah, the whole way. Yeah, I really, it was the first time I think I've learned how to breathe in a car, because I did feel the nerves, and then I was like, okay, calm down, and reset, and knew it was a long race, and just tried to hit my marks. Was like, it is what it is. And it was a long time ago now. It was 10, 11 years ago. So just hit my marks, and I personally never thought I was good enough to win a title. So to be in that position was weird on its own, and I was sort of grateful at the same time.
Did you win by much? Like it's hard to get footage back then.
No, I think like half a straight in the end. I think I made a meal of it sort of in the middle. Maybe that was when I started thinking too much.
I'm going to win this.
They're like, well, just you start thinking, what if, I think. And then it's like, no, rein it in and live in the moment and hit your marks, and just don't even worry about it. And even when you see the white flag, don't even look at it, or just block it all out. Yeah. And then you can release once you get over the line. And I don't think there's a better feeling racing than getting that first title and accomplishing like I say, I might have only done it for that small amount of time here, but it's sort of, especially having my dad there who put so much into me and my racing when I was a child, to be able to witness that and experience that, even though it wasn't necessarily in New Zealand, but it sort of might give him some justification why we spent all those weekends, all those nights in the shed, whether there's arguing or hugging or whatever it might be, the ups, the downs, the laughing, the crying. Like, there's more downs in motorsport than ups.
I only know the downs.
Yeah. That's all right. Makes the good times better. You got it. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. If only they gave trophies for heat races, eh?
Oh, mate, if they did, I'd be up and about.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like I'm like a shadow, mate. I disappear when the lights come on. Yeah. I'm real good early.
The security light.
Yeah, and then once the lights come on, I sort of disappear, mate.
Yeah.
But that's must have been pretty magic for your family that come over, because like I don't imagine they would have expected much.
No, I don't. They just were coming for a holiday. I think Dad paid for it, so they're probably coming for a holiday, And then, but no, it was awesome. Again, at the time, I probably still young and naive, where I reflect on it more now and go, oh yeah, that was actually really, really cool. So, but yeah, like I say, the emotion at the end of, like I say, that's 10 years worth of racing, even though you have those breaks between, but there's still a lot of work put in to get to that stage from various people,
But then you've won 2 years later. What did you do the following year? Did you go to an Aussie title, 15?
Where'd we go then? Yeah, it was in South Australia.
Yeah.
So
Murray Bridge, was it?
Nah, Speedway City. The SA title was the week before that. So I did it 3 weeks in South Australia. So we raced when Adelaide was still open. So there was like I guess just a club run at Adelaide 2 weeks prior, but it got 50 cars because the Aussie title was going to be there. So did that. I think I finished second to Todd Wigsell that night. Never been to Adelaide before, so that was cool. Then Murray Bridge the next weekend, second in the SA title, so had confidence, had run a lot of races since winning the title, so felt like I was in good shape, and I think I put it out at 6 in the A main for the title in Adelaide, and I reckon I just stood on it from memory, and I've looped it into turn 1 or rode a wheel or something, and ended up spinning and having to go the back, and then I think I went to the back and got back to 5th, I reckon, and some guys hit an infield tire and just shot out and hit my front end and knocked it out. So that was the end of that.
And then 16, you win again in Toowoomba. Is that right?
Yeah. Had a bit of a unforeseen break, and then helped Buddha for a bit, and was actually on the spanners when he won his first state title at Allenbrook.
Has Buddha ever spanned for anyone else?
He actually did for my first race when I come back.
Okay.
I reckon he did. He to his credit, I probably wouldn't have almost raced again. He was convincing me, no, you got to race again, even though I was like, well, sort of how I am now, just go with the flow. And sometimes I feel like racing heaps, and then he convinced me, and we took the car to Walshy's at time in Kenwick, and we had both cars there, and that's the black cars that were painted up the same. And I think you had to do 3 races to qualify for the Australian title. And I reckon I just did 3 races to qualify. And then Walshy was good enough to help out when he was at GKR and got our cars over to Queensland to Toowoomba. And I have a cousin that was living there at the time. So again, he had an open trailer, picked me up straight to the track, and had a good run there too.
And you won that?
Yeah, managed to get the job done.
Was that similar, just like consistent throughout the whole week and got it done, or was...
Yeah.
Surely there's some... What, you didn't come from 17th in the C, mate?
No, I'd like to say I don't think I'm that good. Again, that weekend, we just... I reckon... I might have borrowed an engine from Justin Ragg for that weekend, and that's why I had House of Ink on the car. Yeah,
good man.
That's like, I'm trying to think. Thanks, Raggy. And the motor was a weapon. And put it in, and but it was a lot different to the motor that I had run, and we had to run a different gear, and I was going, it's weird, and took us a while to figure it out, but because the practice was on, we were actually all right. But you don't really get a gauge at practice because usually the tracks just go slick and they just leave it, waiting for everyone to go get on the bears at the Calcutta. And then heat race was good. I think finished second, and third or something, which put us out of fourth in the prelim, and then ended up winning the prelim A main, which then I think I was top points again going into the second night. And then I reckon I had a shocker in my heat the last night, and that put me back to fourth. And I was going, shit, I'm done. Because the track was very slick on the first. No, it might have been hooked up on the first night. It was one way or the other, and it swapped for the second night.
Okay.
And then by the time the feature was on, it was like gut slick and right on the bottom on the second night. Started fourth. And then I actually managed to get to the lead, like coming out of two. Somehow the seas just parted and I just went through the middle. Don't know what happened. And then same deal, I just hit those marks for 35 laps, but had a bit of experience, had a break. Again, I felt I was a lot calmer at that stage. And I think I was out. I watched the video back. I know you said you couldn't find it, but I reckon I was a straight and a half ahead with 2 to go. And then I come round, and there's the 23 backwards in the fence.
Buddha.
Yeah.
What was he fighting for? 18th?
8th or something. And I was like, you're kidding me.
He would have seen, he did that on purpose already.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, we joke about it. But yeah, then it was like 2 or 3 to go. And yeah, some guys come up the inside, just chopped him onto the infield. I maybe smashed the Nerf bar. It's probably a bit of an average move, but Aussie title, you got to do what you got to do. And then, just runs those last 3 laps and managed to get the win, which was, again, awesome. At that stage, I was running for a guy, Merv Lowther. I'm not sure if you know him personally, but he passed away last year. So RIP to Merv. He's a good man. A lot of people in the Speedway will know him. He didn't mind having a beer back in the day. He's a good bloke, helped out a lot of people, helped out me a lot. So, awesome for him as well. Being able to be a part of that, Walshy, and then Raggy with the motor. Tried to buy that motor off Raggy, he wouldn't sell it to me, which is a bit crap at the time. But no, I loved it. Again, my family, sort of half of them came over to Queensland for that, so my dad was there again, which was awesome.
Mate, if I'm in the Aussie title this year, I'm flying your old man over.
Yeah, I think maybe he's the good luck charm. I don't know. It's on and off. So, I either do really, really bad or really, really good. So, depends what version you get.
Mate, with the first time I sort of spoke to you was up in the Jason Pride box up at the Motorplex there, and it sort of blew my mind. Not simple's not the right word, but or nor is basic, but I struggle to come up with another term for it. But like, you don't overcomplicate a wingless, like, and I think there might be a little bit of a misconception. Like, I know the Ivanhoe boys right now are the pinnacle of it, but they don't. It's not like they're titanium everything, and they don't have the best equipment. I know they buy like secondhand stuff. Like, it's not like they don't have the brand new, the best of everything. They're just the best drivers. Just sort of like your approach to a wingless, like you're a driver's driver, obviously, but like you never had the best of everything. Like, you just had what you needed to have to run fast. Like, is that right?
Yeah, the car I drove for Merv was probably the best of everything. That was probably the best car I had. That he would just go, "What do you need? Get whatever." But even me, if I'm racing for someone, I still would be like, "No, we don't need to buy that new. There's no need to do that," you know. But yeah, definitely when I have my own cars or in control of it, I just try to spend the money where it's needed. You know that and not even money aside, just keeping it simple. And once you find something that works, you may have to complicate it because everyone drives differently. But once you find that area that you like the car, you need to stay in that and sometimes work on how you're driving the car. You know, that a lot of people love just going, this car is
set up.
Yeah, no good. And I'm like, You are driving one car length down from the fence. That's the issue that you have, not the car.
And in terms of the wingless, like I'm not sure if you've watched it this year. Do you think the standards gone up, or like do they race differently? Like when you were on like in your wingless prime, would you guys be banging the fence the same that what the boys do now to win?
Yeah, I feel a few of us were. Like Matt was just starting out. I reckon he was like second or third year. I reckon my last year Matt won his first state title.
Okay.
I think that was in Carnarvon, was it? Does that ring?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I know you got one up there.
Yeah. I think that was that one. Yeah, I don't, it's hard to tell unless you go race. That's my opinion. I think the overall standard car wise, like say 10 people knew what they were doing and whether they had the best equipment is one thing, but they say had the intelligence, had the right people, knew how to set a car up, and were like I talk about being immersed in speedway. They were immersed in speedway. They love it. Where now it seems like there's 25 of them.
Yeah,
you know that's what I see, and like everyone's got the nice trailer, everyone's got the nice paint job.
Well, not everyone.
Yeah, I know. yeah. Not the heat bandits. But yeah, no, that's what I see, and but I don't know if I watch them as much. Again, I speak to Buddha. He has been out with you guys, and like so you've towed him up every time.
Undefeated.
Yeah,
I am undefeated versus Buddha.
So I don't know if he's washed up or the competition's got better. So we'll see. But I think the standard has got higher. But like I say, I also think technology might have advanced a bit, you know, like I wouldn't know, like I was using Pro Shocks before. Would I be able to do that still now? And then, but I saw look at someone like Dane's using Pro Shocks still.
Yeah.
That they're not overcomplicating it, and he's good, you know, he's a driver. I definitely think it doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt you to have good shocks, good equipment. It's just from especially wingless, they're so similar. Is once you find something that you find comfortable, that's an okay pace, is persist with that and work on your driving style. Go to practice. Don't just rock up at 4:30 and drives briefings at 5 o'clock and think, like, especially if you haven't done your work in the shed, and start working on it at the track, you know, just all those little 1%ers. Again, heard you talking about it, that you should be getting it all done in the shed, same as Cody and Jason last week, that they don't get to the track and stuff around with the car. I'm exactly the same, that you should be doing everything in the shed. You get to the track, if you're running 2 left rears on your trailer, the left rear on the left side of the car should be already at almost the right wheel spacing, and you are literally slapping a right rear on it, measuring it, putting your wheel covers on, tightening the wheels. Good to go.
Yeah. Like I said, when I had that one with Jamie, I feel like I'm mind blown when I see people underneath the car like an hour before their first heat. It's like you've had sometimes 2 weeks. Like, and then I would think mentally I'm not prepared if that was the case. Mate, before we get off the wingless and move on to the rest, mate, I need to ask about that trailer. You boys had this, I think Cody Lawrence told me it's the moving runway. This thing, triple wheeler.
Yeah.
It's 97 meters long.
Yeah.
What was
built by yours truly?
What was going on with that?
That was me and Buddha, because like we didn't earn
How much did Buddha truly do?
Oh no, he was good. Like we've almost like punched on a few times building that thing. Like that was a relationship builder or ruiner.
Forger.
Yeah. And then JK, the guy that's gone MIA, he was a boilie at work.
Yeah.
So my sort of background in engineering, I drew all this thing up and was like, I reckon we can build this thing 12 meters long. Legitimately.
Was it legal?
Yeah. We had to put over the pits.
Yeah.
We built it too long, had to chop the back off it. I've miscalculated, but we built it all in Walshy's driveway. So we started about now.
How big's his driveway?
Oh, massive. We started literally, I think it was like mid-August, and we had it like ready to rip by mid-September, from literally cutting steel. But we were there every night. Like it was wild. And like I say, there was some rough nights and afternoons, and but yeah, no, it was cool. We had Have you seen the photos of it?
No, I've seen it. That's
Oh.
all, I was looking at it, and I remember back in the day seeing it, and I was
Yeah.
thinking, that looks wild. And you went over, there's a photo of
went
you
to
out in
Sydney.
front of Sydney.
Yeah.
But this is what I want. Who bought that?
Some guy,
Where is it?
Some guy in Darwin, Kyle Wiseman, maybe, I think, something like
What
that.
did-
He races wingless in Darwin, so I saw it up there. I think he's painted it all black, and he's like, it's like a full stealth bloody.
Yeah,
we call
okay.
it the mobile landing strip.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You
nicknamed.
could land a chopper on that thing.
Yeah. But it was cool. We could load 2 cars, 2 quads, tires for everyone. And then we had it when we loaded it how we wanted it. It was legal on the tow ball weight. But when we travelled over to Sydney, we needed to load up a bit more, and we only took 1 quad bike, and so we had to juggle a few things. So she was a bit heavy on the tow ball, but it made it all the way to Sydney. Then we went down to Warrnambool, and then across to Murray Bridge, then back home, and she was all
And
good.
now up to Darwin.
Yeah, I think he put on a semi to get it up there, but yeah, good to see it go to get used. Like, not many like it'll stick out. Like, if you ever see it, you ain't gonna miss it.
Mate, it'll be up right now.
If you ever start a 2-car team, then
I would. That's not what I'd choose.
what do you mean?
So the wingless career sort of not petered out, but how did you end that? Did you pack it in? Did the opportunities dry up? Like, how did you transition into the next sort of phase of it?
Oh, I think it's just, again, my demeanor. I come in and out of, I think, how old was I then? It was like 2018 was my last year, 2019 maybe. And that I'd done it for 6 years and had raced since I was 12. So I was like, oh, that's 15 years with a few breaks here and there. And was just going, oh, I'll just have a break next year and just put the car up for sale while I was over. I was actually over east. We didn't bring it back. Some guy bought it in Murray Bridge on the way back. And then, yeah, was just planning to have a year off. I still had all the tools and quad bike and everything. It was just sold the car on its own, really, and just weighing up what I was going to do. And yeah, that was it at that time. Was happy to have a break.
And then the next thing that you've done is the next car you've raced the Peter Harvey 83 Limited.
Yep.
And then you obviously just talk about the relationship there. Like, is that one you had existing? Is that a phone call out the blue? Like, how did that opportunity come about?
Oh, I bought like parts off him through racing for a few years with wingless, and if anyone knows Pete, he loves having a chat, so just always chewing my ear off. And then just don't know what happened. I think it was like the first series, that winter sprint car series started.
That Ellenbrook one?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he rang me. He's like, oh, hey, we need cars and I want to put a car in here. Do you want to come race this car over the winter? And I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I thought it was full of shit, honestly. And then he's like, nah, come round. And he's like, here it is, blah, blah, blah. And put the seat in, and I think did 3 races at Ellenbrook that year and went up to Karratha as well. I think that my second race was up in Karratha in that car, and so went from there.
And how was the adjustment from the wingless to the limited? Pretty easy for you? Given your time back in New Zealand, like, is there anything you could translate, or were you just Mickey Mouse right from the start?
No, it was a lot different. I felt like I'd driven wingless for so long and been able to back the car in, and then having the wing on top. I think I cut the infield for the first, I think the whole race meeting, I reckon that I would have cut the infield at least once just from turning too early. And that was the biggest adjustment, is trying to figure out how to use the wing and how the car handles, and trusting that it's going to turn in when it turns in. But yeah, that was the main adjustment. The speed was all right.
With that, what sort of driver do you think you are, and like, what do you think your strength is? Like, I feel like you're calm and you'd be somewhat analytical with how you approach a race, or like, can you send it when you need to send it? Like, again, this is the podcast. You have to sort of build yourself up. But what would be your strengths and as a driver and go? Yeah,
I think analytical, calculated. I again feel like I've raced a long time. I can read a track. Like, if I can see a bottom coming in, I'll go down there and have a dip. won't try stay in line and follow everyone. If it's say a heat race and like whether you finish third or second might not matter too much, but in a feature when you're trying to get to the front or whatever it might be, or if you're winning and you're in lap traffic, I can see the track changing, or we'll try, especially in a sprint car, you can at the country tracks you can move up off the bottom and try get the middle going and use the wing a bit more. I'd say I've done more laps at say country tracks. Like I hopefully will race Geraldton this year. Like I feel like that would suit my driving style. Like I love getting up on the wheel, having to use both pedals, having to pull the wing back. I've won a lot of races on slick, what people would describe, slick, dusty tracks that have no grip, that you've got to have the wing 3/4 of the way back. It might not be the fastest race, but you're actually driving the car. And that's probably coming from wingless, like when the track goes slick, you've actually got to let the wheels catch up to get the drive off the corner, where if you just race, say, the Motorplex, you've, as Jamie said, you've got to hold that thing flat into the corner, and then you're using the brake to try steer the car a bit. And
that make sense what he said about that?
100%. Yeah. And again, I think I did 4 races last year, and I was trying to teach myself that during that time, and you're going that fast. I feel like he's got a bigger set of balls than me. I'm probably a bit more cautious that I'm not sending it in first lap. I'm gradually getting closer to the wall, and I'm not afraid to smash the throttle. Like if anything, in the 410, I need to come off the throttle because I'm bloody revving it way too high. I'm going. We're running the same gears, and I'm running 100 or almost 1,000 RPM higher than the car next door. That's just from me buzzing the wheels because I'm that excited from holding it flat. But yeah, no, like I say, I love using both feet, hands, wing, just having to work the car. Like again, use Jamie's analogy, that it's a driver's track, once you get what I like to call the hero dirt. I'm not that good in that. Just no practice. Sometimes maybe it's motor, whatever, but more driver. I like to blame myself. But if it gets dusty, slick, dirty, like my best race at the Motorplex this year was the first one I did there when the track was the most slick before it took rubber. I felt I was comfortably.
Is that second the late model national title night?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it was night after the box,
Yeah,
I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Like I felt like I was comfortably in 6th that whole race.
Yep.
I think I got to 4th at one stage, and then the rubber came in. But I feel like I was comfortable there. And then the next 2 weeks, I felt like I was terrible because the track had a bit more dirt, and I just wasn't as experienced as mashing the throttle. I was probably too tight, things like that. Where as soon as it goes slick, you're tugging back on the wing. Anyone who races or has raced a sprint car knows the feeling when the track goes slick and everything slows down, and you're having to try keep the tires under the car the whole time, and that's when you're actually having to work on your steering, work on your feet, and then actually move the wing as well.
Do you think like the opportunity that Peter Harvey gave you, has that like springboarded you into what you're doing now? Has that always been the case? Like obviously it's a very like expensive exercise. Obviously like Pete helped you, but there would have been other people that have helped you and come on board. Like was that opportunity there that Pete gave you, and I don't know who else might have jumped on board to help with that. Is that what sort of springboarded your quote unquote sprint car career to date?
Yeah, I definitely don't think I would have. I honestly don't know what I would have done, but it definitely helped me or pushed me in a direction. That Peter and Tanya were very kind to me. Did almost 3 years with them, and then at the time, Terry Cutts wanted someone to run his car for just one state title in the 360s. And then that opportunity came up. We did good that night. And then he asked, do you want to race the next year? With Peter and Jeff being on the crew. I was like, Yep, no worries. And then did that for a bit, and then I think we won the 360 series that year. That was sort of my first the limited. Sorry, I ran the limiteds for those 2 years. I probably shouldn't skip over that. And that was actually really fun. That taught me a lot. Like, and I'm glad I sort of did that because I feel like I can hold my own almost in any class now, and I try not to cause too much damage. I had one mishap this year, which I feel bad. Yeah,
you should. Why did you do that to JK?
Yeah, no, you've already ratted me out on here. You've given me 2 demerits for it.
Oh yeah, that was the 3 demerit.
Yeah. So sorry to Jason. Like, that's not how I race.
Yeah.
But I feel it's a good pathway that people who are learning how to drive a sprint car should go in.
Yep.
And I feel it's a good indicator when you start being successful in that class that you transition into the next classes, and that for me personally, I feel like it's helped me, and I've never felt out of my depth because of that. And yeah, that definitely, to answer your question, was that definitely helped me go in the direction of sprint car racing. Would I have done it before? I don't know, but I'm glad I did.
And when you say that, like, I know you spoke about like your second races up in Karratha, and you've spoken about how you have experience on those country tracks, but so you guys head up there, and then I know throughout your career, is it Stevie O'Dowd from O'Dowd? Is that how that relationship came about? Like just going up there and running laps and meeting new people? Like I think he's helped you a fair bit. Is that where that first relationship first came about?
Yep. So we went up there first race meeting, and I'm not sure what Stevie or how he was involved in Speedway back then, but he was doing the pit duties. He's calling all the classes up to the dummy grid.
He's the one screaming at everyone.
He's screaming at everyone. He's the ET of Karratha back then. Now I think he's the mayor of Karratha. I don't know, but but I couldn't understand a word the bloke was saying. Like, I'm from New Zealand, though. You probably say the same thing to me, but yeah. And then we've headed up to the bar afterwards, and he's got a distinctive voice, and it's having a beer. And I was like, "Were you on the gate earlier?" He's like, "Yeah," in his Irish accent. And I was like, "Mate, I can't understand a word you're saying." I was like, "Maybe you should be on the pit gate or something." He's like, didn't know what to say, and then just ended up getting on the beers with him, and had some fun up there. Anyone who's been to Karratha, if I have a shout out to people who've been to Karratha, I've had a good night with the Davis boys, Nathan Davis, JD Dack's been up there. We've run amok up there a few times. T Jolly's up there too, so she's always a good time up there, no matter what. Then the relationship, with Stevie. He come on board with Peter's car and helped us out with ODH Mechanical and stayed with us on that car. And then when I moved to race for Terry, he then said, "Oh, hey, do you want help on that car?" Like, to his credit, I can't thank him enough. He's always chatting to me. I'm a terrible communicator, but he's always so kind to me. Even when I go to Karratha now, him and Fiona always offer me somewhere to stay. They even went up there for another reason, and they look after me and my other friends by giving us a car. Again, they don't even know my other friends. They say, "Hey, come stay with us." Like you hear these stories with everyone, but
even like Jamie Oldfield speaks highly of him. Like,
he helps Jamie the sedans like that. That's his love. Real. I feel like if I raced street stocks, he'd probably own the car and I'd race it. I think he loves it that much, but he let me drive his car once in Karratha, and I was terrible. I don't think I know how to turn the wheel past 90 degrees is the issue that I've got. So I requested a forklift knob for my next try.
But is that just like a testament to, like you said, getting out and doing as much as you can, and you never know the relationships that you're gonna build, like just putting yourself and your car out there as much as you can, like. Not to make this anything about me at all, but it's starting to get to the point where people actually are asking me if they want to come on board with my stuff, and I get that weird about it. I feel like so awkward, and I'm like, I don't want to take your money, and I don't want to take it, and then like I finish the call, I'm like, fuck,
should have taken it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But then when someone actually says they want to help you, it's an awkward feeling. Like, how is it when people offer you a ride in their car?
Yeah, it's unique. I like same deal. The first thing you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
But because deep down you actually are desperate to do it, but then you're like, this guy could give it
but
to.
it's out of the blue, But, you start questioning, why do you want me to do it?
Yeah,
Like, I don't feel like I'm that good.
Yeah.
And then I think I said that more to Peter to like probably speak more openly with him, and he's like, "What do you mean? You effing won 2 Australian wingless titles. You're better than half these fuckers who are racing." And I'm like, "All right, I'll give it a go." And then I was terrible. I reckon my first race, and I was like, "See what I'll say." But no, like to. Again, Peter's credit, like you talk to him now, like he pumps me up and say, "Oh, you're well done. You're doing better than everyone." Blah blah blah, and that helps when you've got people in your corner telling you that you are doing a good job. And but yeah, in regards to putting yourself out there, traveling around, like hopefully the Maddington Toyota Series, them doing it this year will bring on more corporate partners for those teams as well. So. But yeah, we had another sponsor, Reds Transport from Port Hedland. Who he come on with Peter's car, then came on to Terry's car with me as well. You know, like that's 2 non-Perth based people that I really have limited relationship with them, but just from speaking to them at a country track, they want to be involved. That helped propel my career. You know, like if I didn't bring those partners, I don't know whether I would have raced for Terry. I don't know whether he needed me to bring something or not. You know, I definitely think it helps when you can bring something to a team. That's for sure. I'm just finding it.
A little bit weird at the moment when people ask you, like, like someone else needs it, like you just don't want to like accept it. So I've always. But you obviously need it. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, so the Terry Cuts, the 360 deal, that obviously was successful for you as well.
Yeah, well, I think we ended up winning a state title. So we won the 360 series, which was cool.
And sorry, did you win the limited title with Pete?
Yeah, with Pete. Yeah, that was one of his goals that he really wanted to achieve. So back then, I think Rockers Eminent gave us a motor to use. He's like limited folklore.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you know who he is.
Just folklore.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. He helped us out with engines and he knew all about them. So that was cool. Those 2 guys were super happy I felt it justified them giving me that opportunity, and makes you not feel as bad for taking something from people.
Is it more relief than like at least they'll never be able to say like I wasted it?
No, I think I was past that. Like, once you're in it, like you got to back yourself. You know, there's no second guessing in the sport. Like, I think what Chris was saying, that you can't hesitate. You know, like same thing. Once you're in, you either say yes or don't do it. If you either take what the people are giving you, or you don't pussyfoot around. You're in or you're out. One or the other. So yeah, that was awesome. That was my first state title win. So I was actually very happy. Which it might not seem the same accolades as.
So Buddha wasn't in the field.
Yeah. I'd like to see him in a sprint car though.
He's working on it.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Not too well, I don't think. Yeah, but he's working.
He's going to need to give his jaw some recovery time, I reckon.
And then so after your Terry Cuts sort of deal, that 360, that lovely looking car too, probably similar to the shirt you got on, mate.
Yeah. I think that's where he got the idea.
So you've run the Terry Cuts. The transition into your own deal, was that again? Did you have time off? Did you have that transition period where you know how much do I commit to the program and that?
Yep.
What sort of was the catalyst to finally launch it into your own stuff?
Oh, so going to Terry's deal, that was really good equipment. You know, like I was very lucky with that deal. I literally almost just turned up with my suitcase bag. Or my gear bag every week. Didn't really have to do a lot to the car. Didn't really have to clean it. Was super grateful for that. I managed to win a 360 state title. I think I finished 2nd and 3rd in my first 2 attempts, and then won the 3rd one at Kalgoorlie, which was cool. Which I think Taylor was the defending champ, and that was his home track he was racing. So it was actually, I think it was a good feel. Like Jimmy was racing, Taylor was racing, Cullum was racing, Pridey was racing. the Bulge was racing.
The Bulge.
Yeah, so
You got one up on him.
yeah, I was lucky to. I think
Tip
it was
of the
his,
cap to you.
Yeah, I think it was his second race, so I was lucky. But yeah, no, so that was awesome, and again, reward for them for putting their faith in me. I don't think Terry could make it. It was sort of cool. We had Gary, who was driving the truck, and just Jeff there, and then I've rocked up just in a camper van, just crashing at the track, and it was just us three just battling it out at the track against, like I say, those 4 or 5 big teams that have everything. And was awesome experience doing that, and super grateful for that opportunity, and loved every minute of it. And then that sort of finished up, and had a couple years off, just doing some work stuff, and ended up I should say back, I reckon was Cody did a year helping me with Peter, and then he went to JPM, and then that he started working for Jason, obviously, and then they just hanging out, and I was living in Byford at the time, and was just Cody's like, "Oh, come on down, give us a hand." Knew I wasn't really going to Speedway that much, and I always just get pulled back in by friends, and then so I went down and just spent the whole season helping them, which was awesome. When and it sort of helped. That was when Robbie did the full season over here. That was when the Aussie title was here. That was that 3 years ago now. Can't remember
2
when
years.
Jock won. Yeah,
Jock was on the fence.
Yeah. So, but that was a big effort with those 2 cars over. Like, I lived at JPM then, and I was just a tyre guy, I was just banging. I've never seen so many dollars in tyres in my life. It was wild. So I was putting the tyres on, and did that for that year, and then did another year, which was the following year, which I reckon Robbie did 1 race, and then I think anyway. Was that, maybe I'm getting confused. Maybe that was this year. But anyway, they bought a crate motor, the CT525, during that time to run in their 2-seater.
Yep.
But they did a race meeting at Moore or Geraldton in it, and I just wanted to see or ask them how it went, and they said, yeah, it was cool, and sort of showed me around the motor and that sort of got me interested. It was more, this is something different. It's like, these are a different engine, which sort of got my attention, that I was like, I wonder how good I can go with this engine against a 360, or how do we, sometimes 360s might struggle for numbers. Is like, this motor seems to be a more cost-effective way to go racing. If I can get one of these, try do good, and show people that you can perform with these engines, it'll maybe help grow the class as well,
Yep.
They give people an entry point into 360s, or LS 360s, whatever they're called now. And then I was sort of talking to Cody about, I'm in an R-ing like usual, and then ended up biting the bullet, buying a car. Again, I think you're saying sit the roller in the shed and the rest will come. So
that's Jason Prodd's business model, mate. I'm trying to adopt it, but the missus reckons no.
Maybe that's where I got the business model from, that they're like, just go buy the car. And then, yes, I bought the car, sat it in the shed, and was like, all right, I'd have to make a decision, spend the money on the roller. And then, then bought a new motor, and got Harris engines to do all the jazz to it to get it ready to drop in the car, and tried to do everything properly as much as I could, and then ended up coming out October last year and spinning a few laps, and that leads us to where we are today. But really enjoyed having my own car and having a crack doing it myself, and it's a different sort of feeling to racing for someone, and I don't feel like it's a equipment, or I care the same amount whether I race my own shit or someone else's. It doesn't faze me that much. I try drive in a way that I'm not going to tear things up no matter what, like that. That's me. Always been like that. I sort of pride myself on not flipping over, like I'd love to see my percentage of flips to race ratio.
Yeah. As good as anyone.
Yeah. So like, that's sort of me. I'm like, hey, if I'm running 6th, I'm not going to go try flip the thing over to get fifth, you know, like
Yeah.
that's not me. But if maybe I just haven't been good enough to be in second and have a dip at the leader, I don't know. But yeah, it was sort of cool, and then brought more the family thing and friends thing back into it. Being able to help was really cool. The races that I won this year in the 360 had family there every time. My partner Caitlin, they're pushing me on the quad bike. But again, we're a bunch of what I call battlers. I'm the only one who's sort of speedway background, and then
Yep.
I'm teaching the guys that are helping me.
Did you have to teach Mrs. even how to ride a quad?
Nah, she's all over it.
Oh, okay.
She's telling me to get out. She's telling me I suck. Like, let me have a go at this sort of thing. She's an
But
animal.
just with that, mate. So you you run the CT 525, very entry level engine, right? So I know you've done all right with it, but from memory, maybe you were in Adelaide for the Napa thing or something like that, and you've come back last minute decision to run Collie, and then you've ended up winning Collie, running down Trent Pigden, who can wheel a car, has really good equipment, and is he won not this year, last year he won the Bunbury round, like in the Maddington series. So like he knows how to drive. Whatever the heat races or whatever, but like the last 5 laps of that Collie heat race, just talk me through that. Where were we at? What do you think was going to happen, and how did it happen?
So first of all, I wasn't even going to come back. It was I was supposed to stay there and watch the supercars and hang out, get on the beers, but then I think I won the week before at the Motorplex.
King of Wings.
And then we talk about parring the 18th, and then
I'm all right at this. I might have another go.
That's right. And then I was like, the flights work. We can leave Adelaide at 7 a.m. with the time difference, fly back, get to Perth at 8:30 in the morning or something. So prepped everything pretty much before we went, come back, go down there. I was actually crook as a dog when I got back. And then, it was cool. Got through the night, and then, started, I think, side by side with Trent. He destroyed me early on.
Was that just engine power set up?
No, I think he just drove better, to be honest. And he looked hungry early, let's say. Like, he was moving well. And then as the laps got on, I could see myself pulling him in. But I think it was 3 to go, and I didn't think I was going to catch him. But I was like, oh, that's cool. At least I'm catching him, but I'm not going to pass him for the lead. I was going, okay. And then something happened. I think Brooke in another car got tied up and bought a yellow out. I was like, oh, cool. And then those are probably the laps that you saw. And then
I may have seen all of them.
there you go. And then just was like, oh, well, I was catching him before. There's no reason why I can't now. And then he got a good start, and I thought I was done again. And then I think he missed the bottom out of 4, and then missed the bottom out of 2 on the last lap. And I was like, oh, eyes just lit up. And that was probably a time where if he had chopped me harder, that I probably would have added to my flip count, because I was sending her in there either way. And then, just managed to pass him and get the win, which, let's say, rewarding. Like, Trent's a good racer, good equipment, full respect to Trent. But, happy to get the win in that situation. And that's what makes racing fun, and sort of I laugh more about it. And my friend takes a video, and then there's all the transporters lined up, and then he's videoing me coming out in the ute and trailer. He's like, this is the winner. That's like
old Falcon Engineering ute out with the open trailer.
Doesn't always make sense, but that's why Speedway's cool as well, like it shows, hopefully people, you spend your money in the right areas, you prepare the right way, you put the effort in, that the reward will come. So,
because you're just chipping away, and then he did miss those 2, and you just were there, ready to go, capitalise.
Correct.
Bang.
Yeah, it's easier to be the hunter in that situation. Like he might have thought I was there, and if we use him as this example, but and then the pressure's on, like, and
he's
then
on me.
I'm going, come on, like I'm trying to get this thing to go faster at that stage, and managed to get the grip, and
then so you banged it on, and then just quickly with that, the Decio Dowd, that's the same fella, right? From that's on your car. Falcon Engineering is obviously who you work for. They're the people that help you get out there. Like, they're really good. And then the 14 gets bolted in. Was that always the plan? Was that a result of the early success? Like, how did that come about?
Oh, I can't even remember fully, but it would have been just chatting over a couple of single fins with Cody at golf, I reckon. And I was like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, why not?" Like they always try and encourage me. Like they're going, "Yeah, yep, go do it." And mate Josh is there as well, and they're going, "Yeah, you got all the stuff there." And I talked to the guys who helped me more in the shed. I'm going, "Oh, what do you guys?" Because I think it was like 4 weekends in a row or something like that. So it was a bit of work and just made sure everyone was on board. And you lost your camera there,
mate. It always does. I mean, this piece of shit. All good. You're the star of the show anyway.
You want to turn it around?
Nah.
So made sure everyone was on board, and then managed. I actually bought the motor off Terry Cutts of all people. We talk about relationships that you make, and bolted that in for Allenbrook was the first race. And again, I felt knew I would suck early if I'm brutal on myself, but knew I'd hold my own, but knew that I wouldn't start out of position 4 or something, because I'm happy to start 14th, and it is what it is. And it was I deliberately raced those races because I knew that I'm not going to go race high limit and get in the way, or I know the season's winding down, and it's a good chance to learn and get the motor in and get some confidence, like if you're racing and you're running the B main and finishing 8th every night, confidence is down. Why am I doing this? Waste of money, whatever. Where make the A main every night, get laps, and that's all it was about. And then, so I think I got up to like 5th at Allenbrook in the end. Like when the track went slick again, it was actually awesome. And then I think I was just blew the tyres off it though, just too excited. There was the yellow with like 2 to go, and I've gone from 5th to 9th in 2 laps, which is filthy about, but it was still cool. It was good fun and good to. I think me and Cherky raced like 10 laps there, which I raced them in 360s, which is cool to go wheel to wheel with him in there, sort of different circumstances, and then just racing different people, and usually it's sort of surreal. You're usually just watching, and then you're like, oh, this guy's in my way now, or whatever, or I'm in their way, whatever it might be, or and then so that was good. And then went to Motorplex after our date in the box. And then
that's the night I want to talk about.
So
second night of the Australian Late Model Championships. That's obviously your best result. Was what have I got here? 6th.
Yeah.
So rewatching it today, you get lucky because there's a crash at the start. Who is it? I've got it here. Little Bingle. Caden slides, Ryan Newton
that's right. Yeah.
Ryan Newton bobbles, Taylor Milling hits, Jack Williamson hits, but you've got Newton, Milling, and Williamson on your row off the start. So you go immediately from 13th to 7th.
Yep.
So you can say you get lucky, which you did to get a 7th, but was it like confidence building knowing you held 7th and then got another thing for 30 laps?
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm a big fan. You make your own luck as well. Like
because you
I
actually
hit Jack
knocked
Williamson. Because I remember I was chatting to him because something was broken. But got lucky there. And then managed to get rolling. And it was like you say, hold your own. I reckon that was my 3rd race at the Motorplex this year, and the CT525 say has 600 horsepower. This thing's got 900 horsepower. So, and the way they handle it, they are a sprint car, and they do use the wing, but they handle, especially with a full fuel load, so much differently. So that was really me trying to learn what I was doing, and I managed, just because the track was slick, it wasn't just wide open around the top. You could get in there probably wide open and then get on the brake and steer the car and could pull the wing back a bit. And like I say, I felt like I was just holding my own to Caden there. And I think I ended up, AP spun and that got me to 4th, and then I felt all right, and then Brad just smoked everyone in the rubber.
Yeah, did
which,
he come from nowhere?
But he come past me like I was standing still, and I was like, well, he's going to blow his tyre, and then but they must put a hard tyre on, and the pro smarter than us, and just went round everyone, and once the rubber came down, and everyone just sort of stayed in line. But like I say, I sort of looked before that. I wish the rubber didn't come in because see how fit you are then as well. You know, like got to breathe, and there's no better feeling or certainly makes you know you're alive when you're up against that fence and you're sending it in there, and the amount of vibration and dirt flying, cars flying. It's chaos, but
is that
it's
the
great.
biggest jump, like wingless to limited 360, 360 to 410? What's like the biggest jump?
I think when you talk about like depth of competition, the depth in the 410s is so deep that's the jump, you know, like in each wingless is probably, and street stocks anomaly, like there's your 15 people who can win in those divisions as well, where I feel in your limiteds there's 6 people, 360s there's 6 people, and then 410s when there's 50 cars, 40 cars, there's 30 of them that can win.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what you're dealing with. So you're racing someone, like if I'm racing Jimmy, he's won the Maddington Toyota series. Yeah. Now he's racing me for 13th next week. That's how hard it is, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And Jimmy's a freak.
Yeah, like I always go, I'm like, if I'm racing someone, I'm like, I don't even know how I'm racing them, but I was like, that's sprint cars. Maybe their car's not that good. Daniel Harding's probably a good one, you know, like he's so good, like, and then out of nowhere, like I think one of the races this year, his car's just like biking every corner, and I'm like, he should be like, he was winning that Barbagallo race, wasn't he, this year by popped tire, like. It's like,
well, he's winning. We're opening round, and he just rides Cherkop's rear. Like he can win.
But it's just so interesting how you can be first and then 16th. Like there's, and you always talk about there's a race for 15th. Yeah, that's the difference between other classes and 410s. You know, like it's hard to come 15th in a 410, where in a 360, at bad night you'll come 8th. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Where I can't speak for every class. I late models might be another one, you know, like where that depth is there. That's I don't know if it at skill level difficulty. It's just the depth, and then another thing in 410s I feel compared to other guys is the equipment thing. You're racing my team against, let's use Pridey as an example.
Is that a mental thing though, or a true equipment thing, or is there a mental roadblock? Knowing there's, you know, whatever, titanium, air, everything, like is it just a mental hurdle you need to overcome as well, driving past it with the Ranger and the open trailer versus prime movers with $300,000, $400,000 trailers? You know, like the trailer doesn't help you win, but is how hard is it as a mental hurdle to overcome? Like I seen that race, you did a slide job on 4 dudes who spend a lot more money than you. Like, is it a mental hurdle to overcome, or is there a true advantage to having better gear?
I don't think maybe if I raced as much as them, like they might maintain their gear better than me because they have more time than me. Okay, you know, or and I might hesitate that one time where my mind might be thinking about the car, or shit, we didn't do that. I don't know what it might be, just something random, you know, but that's on me. Like the equipment doesn't win you the race. I feel my equipment is like, if Dane got in my car, he would probably win in that, or Cullum gets in that. Yep. You know, that it's not that. It's just that maybe they've spent more time analysing their shocks between races versus...
Because they have that time.
They have that. And I'm like, I don't even have a shock dyno, and I'm jumping in Pridey's trailer to do my fuel off my fuel sheet, you know, like thing. But that's part of it. I don't use that as an excuse. I use that.
Well, it's either that or sit in the stands.
Yeah. I think what was the king of the something analogy that Gav used? He'd rather be the shit of the kings than the king of the shits. Or what, you know, you know, like
the man in the arena sort of thing. Yeah, you're out there having a crack.
Yeah, and like I say, I don't use that I don't go, that person beat me because of them. Like, they're just better than me. Like whether it's their team or them personally, you know, if we get a flat tire, I go, okay, their teamwork was probably better than ours because we didn't check if we had a bleeder issue or whatever it might be, you know. But I feel you're just dealing with big teams in 410s, and that's the only class. Maybe late models might be a bit different, but you know, there's, especially if you use the big race example, there's 40 of them there. You know, where in 360s there's 3 of them there again, you know, like whether it's intimidating, I don't know. But for me, it's not intimidating. Other people it might be, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think it contributes to how I drive personally, but it could contribute if I raced 30 times a year, how my maintenance is, how I perform due to not having a crew chief, whatever it might be, you know.
Maybe like the war of attrition over the course of like a championship or something like that.
Correct. Yeah.
Just before we get into what's next, you've run like effectively a speed car in NZ, but have you ever run a speed car over here?
No, I haven't. No.
Do you want to? Is that something like or?
Yeah, I'd give anything a crack. I think it's good to try your hand at everything, and yeah, I'm a fan of saying yes to trying anything. Yeah, I think from a discipline, like I hear Jamie's point of view on the midget front. He reckons that's the most wild thing, but I still, my personal, I think the sprint car, the 410, once you can tame that, I feel like everything slows down from there, and you might be on the wheel more on different classes, but I feel you've got that little bit more time to react and set yourself.
Yeah, I drove that Merger Motorsport thing just on a practice night and did 3 laps, and like those 3 laps have dictated my last 6 months. Like all my thoughts. I can't imagine what a race would be like, but yeah, love that.
Yeah, but I think actually my first go on a sprint car was in the Merger car.
Yep.
Back at a drive day.
Mate, Scotty Chapman has done that much for that many people.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah. Like I knew Scotty when he first started. I think he was running the Wormel car when they had 14 of them on the track or whatever. I think they were running the whole field. That's just them and Kendo out there. He's awesome for the sport. And like I think you said, he doesn't just have his own car. He helps out other people as well. You know,
like you see things.
Yeah, and like he doesn't have to. They don't have to let you have a go in that.
No,
they don't
no
owe
way.
you that.
No way.
Like even me, whenever that was 5-6 years ago,
sneaking in.
Yeah. I think it was more me going a bit quiet. Like but that you need those people in there, and that I say if that helped fuel my fire definitely as well.
So with the fire, then where's it at, mate? Like, what are you looking to do next year? Like, I know you have these ebbs and flows in terms of maybe your inspiration for it, but like, is there any plans this year or moving forward? Like, what are you thinking for next year?
At the moment, it's a heavy TBC.
Yeah.
I've just got a bit of stuff going on outside of work. Outside of racing.
Yep.
Some of that with work. That sort of will dictate what I can do, as we spoke about before, especially if I go to race 410s, you need to be all in or all out. You can't do it half-heartedly. Even 360s with the crate motor, to do a good job, it is a cheaper version of racing, but it's still bloody expensive, you know.
It's not nothing.
And it's not just me, it's my time, my partner's time, the people that helped me time coming to the track, you know, like they want me to do the best job that I can, and I want to do that for them, you know. So yeah, I'm in an R-ing about my own car, open to anything, but to be confirmed, put it that way. I really don't know at this exact moment in time. If everything works out, then yes, I would love to go run a full season, but that might be something that's got to be put on the back burner for a year or so. But yeah.
And what about then to bring it back to your roots and the Aussie title here for the wingless, is that or like on your radar at all?
Oh, I haven't thought too much about it, but I'd be keen to give it a crack.
Like I know, like I know there's a few. The camera's not on me, so you can see where I'm pointing.
You're pointing left and right.
Yeah. I know there's a few cars around that might not have a driver for the Aussie title. So like, is that something come April you're early because you probably got it? Do you still have to run 3 in that year?
You're telling me.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Fuck, man, I barely know any rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, should then an opportunity come up, would you be willing to say yes to jumping in and doing the Aussie title in a wingless and getting absolutely brain by me?
Yeah, I think it'd be an honour to be towed up by you. I hope to beat you in one race, so I could at least
one up Buddha.
Have one up on him. It's like I could be interested in if the right deal come up. I'm not gonna go big borrow and steal to get a ride. Still got my car sitting there. Could even chuck a motor in that. Go do it myself. Let's say a bit of water to go under the bridge before Christmas and see where we're at. But if the right opportunity come up, it never say never, and it might help me answer some of your questions about how the wingless has progressed over the years. But I feel I don't necessarily have anything to prove. I think that's why if I go back to probably why I was happy to sell and just sit on the fence was like, I feel like I've done a fair whack.
It'd be easy when you had 2 Aussie titles in the back pocket.
Yeah. You come back now and run the B main and people, fuck, it must have been easy back then. Yeah. But that's all right. You cop that. I think that maybe might fuel my fire. Then I'm like, okay, we need to go. Yeah.
Have a proper dip at it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Do you reckon like you've learnt much since then, or like in terms of car setup, or do you just don't think that matters? You could sort of just get a setup that would get you out there and you'd be right.
I know what suits my driving style, so I would know where to start if that makes sense. And I don't feel the chassis is still the same, the wheels are still the same torsion bars.
Yep.
The shock technology's definitely got better, but to me that's your sort of 5%. The 95% still the same as what it was before, unless they've changed the rules and they're running different engines or something. But to me that 95% stays the same, and I would have a good starting point and work my way in from there. But like if I was going to run that, I'm an all-in person. I want to get in and I'd get stuck in, and if I need to suck for 6 races straight, then come out firing or swinging. That's what I need to do,
mate. You're an Aussie title specialist.
I don't know,
mate. But just with that, then we'll wrap it up. It's an hour and a half, but obviously, like everyone, mate, the speedway career doesn't sort of come just on your own. Like, I guess almost like a podium interview, mate. Like, who has been the people? Like, I don't know, I've sort of chucked you on the spot here, but who's been the people that you're probably given the opportunity now to thank them? Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, if I sort of work backwards, everyone sort of starts with their parents.
Yep.
Both my mum and dad. When I was a real young fellow, my dad back in New Zealand, getting me into it. Even when he come here, I reckon my first Aussie title, I reckon I conned him into buying me like 4 tyres or something, which was good. So he's always been my number one supporter, fan. One thing, I actually went back to New Zealand, run his car this year, which was cool. I hit every corner on that car and finished 4th in like a field of 35 cars, which was wild. So I left him like a few $1,000 bill on that thing when I left, and he doesn't give a shit, like I say, he'd do anything for me to help support me racing. From here, when I'm racing and wingless, Merv, who I spoke about earlier, was massive supporter of me, gave me a car to race, gave me somewhere to work on my cars. Then Buddha and Walshy through
Gary,
that period.
I meant to say Gary Walsh a few times throughout this interview, mate, like how, not just for you, man, he just seems like such a ripper. Like he's done so much for so many people, and like nothing to do with Speedway. I just had like a business thing that I wanted to speak to him about. Mate, I didn't go to driver's meeting. I was late for my first heat. Like I spoke to him for 50 minutes, and I literally was like, "Oh my god, my heat's coming!" Like
he loves the chat though, too.
Mate. But he's such a good bloke. Like, and so he helped Buddha. What did Buddha do? Come on, mate.
Oh, like more. he got. I don't know if I would have even raced wingless again when I was helping him.
When he got you back in.
Yeah. Like I say, I hang shit on him. You hang shit on him. But yeah, he's an all right bloke at times. But yeah, no, even and then even he's probably why Walshy helped me as well. You know, like they're pretty much family, and they invited me into their family, and like I say, because I'm not from here, it's a very unique sort of set of circumstances. I don't have my parents here, you know, like, so who I meet and became friends with sort of that 10-year ago period, they become sort of almost like family here. And
pseudo,
yeah. So yeah, Walshy was massive. How, if I sort of think about what we did, like he helped us get to Queensland, Victoria twice, South Australia, and Tasmania. Like, not many people would even get to race in all those
Tassie's a brutal drive, surely.
I didn't drive there.
Oh.
Like, I just flew there. That's what I meant. He organised it.
Okay.
Like, that's what I mean. Like,
so properly
like,
organised.
Yeah, like all of those. Like, I mean, like, I just turned up. Like, and his family, like his brothers over in Victoria, helped us out as well.
Yep.
Then moving sprint cars, Peter, Tanya, then Terry and his family, Terry Cutts, working into that. And then my sort of guys that help me now, more, if I go back, more Stevie, ODH, Easy Scaff, Desi O'Dowds.
Half a Karatha.
Yeah. Like I say, I think he's got like 17 businesses. But again, we harp on about, but I think it's sort of good to give these guys the airtime.
No, they have to have it, man. You're not here without them. That's just how it works. You get to drive the car. That's the best job there is.
But there's 10 people like me who he's helping. That some maybe they're not getting the airtime. You know, like that's why. And the Speedway Sedans WA, like the amount he puts into that as well. Then Red's Transport, Red up in Port Hedland, massive help. Then this year, having Jono from Nutrient Water. Again, he's a mate. He's always there. The Trevor Jolly Racing guys, they helped me out. That's how I got my car off. They looked after me there. Sam Bolini from ASB.
NT title winner, I reckon.
Probably third best wingless racer you'll ever meet if you talk to him. So Sambo, like again, just one of those guys, like just message out of the blue. Let me buy you this. Let me buy you. And I'm just like, I don't want anything. Like, because he's starting his business, you know. I'm like, let me help you sort of just do something. I'm like, sticker might not do anything, but hey, who knows?
And what's that ASB hire?
ASB hire,
mate. Water trucks, ASB, I've seen it all, mate. So hit up Bellini. He's a good speedway man. If you need anything, hit him up.
He's a young buck starting out, so any help would be appreciated for the great man. Then who else we got on board? Falcon Engineering. That's our company. Helped me out massively as well. Then moving on to the racewear, EOR 81 racewear. They look after if you need crew shirts or anything. Our mate Josh
Walton, Ripper,
loves a chat as well. So if you need anything, hit him up. Go karts, anything like that. Then who else we got? The JPM boys, again, Jason, Cody helping me out. When I first got the car this year, they were happy for me to store it there. You know, like whatever I need at the track, very, very, very kind and made it so much easier for me racing and made it enjoyable. We have good sort of crew of friends that we hang out with, the Rapids crew, Tralee crew, Miles as well.
The balls, mate.
Just good people to hang out with, you know. Like I say, whatever I need, those guys got the transporters. They open them up to me, whatever I need. Super grateful to them. And then the people that helped me on the car, my partner, Caitlin.
I've seen her on the four-wheeler.
She tells me she's the best four-wheeler driver at Speedway. If you're ever up for a race, just look her in the eye, bang.
I might have to yell out to her, mate. I got stuck one night this year. I had a four-wheeler, but I had no one to do it.
Oh, she'd be 100%.
I was just sitting there, mate, waiting. And I was like, oh, my God. I've missed a heat before.
Oh, wow. Yeah, hit her up. Yeah, she'd be keen. If I'm on the bank, I'll sit on the bank. I'll send her down. Then Liam, my brother-in-law, and my sister.
The golfer?
The golfer, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's comes down, helps me during the week. He's even there washing with me, doing all the shit jobs, I call them, that no one wants to do, no one sees. So super appreciative to them. And then Brad, who came on this year, just a young guy who I actually met through someone who used to race wingless. It's their daughter's partner, so he wants to get into racing. So he come and helped us this year. Super nice young bloke. And just, those people make Speedway go around, you know, like you're saying that you struggle to find or get someone that you can trust to ride the bike. And so when you find those people, they're like gold, you know. So
and for people who don't race, they probably just listen to the last 5 minutes and sort of tune out. But like this goes from car owners, mate. This is like Ryan Cricky, Carl Wimps, and like everyone, like all the actual car owners that own these cars. They put them out there, like they get forgotten.
Yeah,
like these guys do so much, and it's all the way through. Like without those sponsors, you don't get even one of them. You go, oh, we might not just have enough this week. Like those people make the world go round, and it's an extremely small amount of people that help the whole Speedway community go around. Hey,
100%. That especially the successful business men, women, people. We talk about merger, even Kendo, Trent
Pigden, like Bella, his things on everything, like Trevor Jolly, mate. That thing he sponsors that much, mate.
100%. And
midgets, wingless.
They help more than you know, and more than like people might not even have their sticker on the car, and they've paid for the motor to get fixed during the week because they're from Karratha or their dad works in Karratha or whatever it might be. There's always a connection, and they're just so generous, and helps out everyone, and like I say, keeps that ecosystem flowing.
Done. All right, mate. Well, I think that's it's an hour and 40. Beautiful. We're out of here. Need to get home. I've got a microwave dinner for dinner tonight. So
lucky you.
Nah, that's it, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks everyone for listening. Another awesome episode. I feel like I could keep talking, mate. But to the people that listen, again, sent those sponsorship packages out. Thanks to everyone for listening. We'll be back again next week. I think what's my next one? Harry Stewart and Joel Berkeley coming over. They got a Bucks party in there.
Oh, nice.
I've just had to reschedule it, mate, because they want to get out on the syrup a little bit earlier.
Oh, so nice. I know Joel. So
but they both seem like rippers. We'll be into it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
When it's got to be there yesterday, call KRM Hot Shots. From Perth to the Pilbara, Goldfields and beyond, we'll get your urgent freight moving fast. Light vehicles, 24/7, no mucking around. KRM Hot Shots, urgent freight without the wait.